Ocean Recording Experiment 7 Database Lab. This is an experiment on PLSQL programming. So let's see the questions. The first question asks us to create a procedure that will accept a product ID and check if the product is supplied by the supplier and display the status. So first you need to create a PLSQL block to invoke the function. So this is a PLSQL block and we are calling the it's a procedure. So this is the name of the procedure and this is the product ID passed. Now once the procedure is invoked, the procedure definition starts executing. So here we have a cursor and you see if you find a product ID which is equal to the product ID that was passed as an argument, and see and check if you find the count of it. If the count is greater than 0, that means the product has been delivered, or else it means the product has not been delivered. So this statements will be inside the variable named disp, and in the end you display the disp. Now you know the status of the product, status if it's delivered or not. So here in the output, since for the product ID 2000, you can see once the procedure was executed, they found out the product 2000 was delivered. Now in question 2, you are supposed to write a procedure to calculate total price of a product that has been supplied and pass the supplier ID as an argument. Here you take the supplier ID as an argument of the procedure and you display the total price. So yeah, this is a PLSQL block where you invoke the function. So the name of the function is total check. This is the name of this is a supplier ID, and these are two output variables. So let's see how you're using it. So in the procedure definition, what you do is first you'll find out if the product was delivered. That is, you check the supplier ID for a you first find out the product ID. You first find out the product ID for that is delivered by that particular supplier. Once you find out the product ID, you'll find what is the price of the product ID from the order quantity table. Once you get that, you also find the quantity that was delivered from the supplier table. When you multiply them, you find the total, and the quantity is stored in PRO, which is an output variable, so it will also be stored in the PRO in the PLSQL block. And similarly, Q is also an output variable, so the quantity will also be stored in QUA. So if you want to display it in the PLSQL block, you can do that in here too. This is the output. So here, let's see. Well, for the supplier ID 1, you found out the total price of the supplier products you supplied was 75,000. Now just take out question 3. Here they are asking to write a procedure to raise the quantity of an ordered product by some value. So it will accept ordered ID and the quantity to be increased as a input argument. So let's see. Here we are invoking it. UQ is an output variable. So this is the order ID and this is the value by how much you want to increase the ordered quantity. So first you need to find out the current quantity. Using the past order ID, you find out the current quantity into Q1. Then you display Q1 saying that this is the current ordered quantity. Later you will update the table by adding the quantity, how much you want to, that is 5, to the current quantity. Then you display that value again as the updated ordered quantity. So if you look in the output, you can see for a supplier ID, for an order ID 100 and the current ID was 15. Now once you update it, become 25. Now in question 4, you're supposed to create a function named status and you're supposed to return a value supplied or supplier not supplied based on if the product was delivered or not. So this is where you invoke the function. So the status function is invoked and the product ID passed is 2000. You'll see in the product definition that there is a cursor to check if the product is found in the supply table. That means if the product is delivered or not. So once you find out if it was supplied, then you will there is another variable named write. So here we know that this function is returning some varchar 2 type of value. So you have a function named write varchar 2. Now you are going to store what you're going to return in this. So if you find the product ID, you store supplied, the value of write as supplied. Otherwise you store the value of write as not supplied, then you return write. Here in the output, here there is a we are passing 2000, that is the product ID passed, and for that it will check if it is supplied and the value returned was supplied. That is, you can see A has the value, the return value, and once A was displayed, you know the return value is supplied. Now the question 5 is asking us to create a PLSQL function to return the product name when the product ID is passed as an argument. So you call the function pro name, that is the name of the function, and this is the product ID I passed. Now in the PLSQL definition, that is this, you see if using the product ID that is passed, you have the product ID in the variable called num, that is an input variable. So with that num, you'll find out the product name and you return the name, and the name is stored in A and it's later displayed on the PLSQL block. So if you check in here for a product ID, I passed a product ID 1000 and the name of the product with the product ID 1000 is Office Desk. Now in question 6, you're asked to write a PLSQL function to return the maximum quantity ordered by the customer. So in the ordered quantity table, you find out the maximum quantity. The function, it does not take any arguments, so it just without using any arguments, simply look into the order quantity table and find out the maximum ordered quantity, and it will return in a variable named QAN. Now the maximum value is stored in A, and A is later on displayed in another PLSQL block. If you can see here, in order quantity table, the maximum quantity that is ordered was 20, and this is displayed here. That is all. Thank you.